and gentlemen, you are listening to Life Well Lived by Omobola Stephen. It's an engaging and enlightening talk show on life, relationships, and the business of life. Grab a cup of juice and just chill. Life Well Lived by Omobola Stephen. Live life. Live fully.
Stephen, your host on Life Well Lived by Omobola Stephen. Now, Life Well Lived by Omobola Stephen is a personal development and self-improvement podcast occasioning expert professionals from all walks of life who share disruptive mindset conversation on topics or subjects under personal development and self-improvement. It gives me great pleasure to have Rebecca Whitman on the show with me today. Now, Rebecca Whitman is a success mentor, a podcaster, and author. Welcome with me on the show today, Rebecca Whitman. Hi, Rebecca.
Hi, it's exciting to be here. Great to meet you, Omobola. I'm so excited that we're doing a Zoom from Los Angeles to West Africa.
Great, good to know. Thank you for joining me on the show, Rebecca. Now I'm looking forward to go through our time with you on the show. So what's the definition of a morning practice, and how important is this tool to a balanced and productive day?
Yes, well, a morning practice is very important because it is my first pillar of abundance. I'm an abundance coach, and I teach that there are 7 pillars of abundance in life. The first one is spirituality. And spirituality is so important because how you start your day determines the type of day that you have. And if you connect with spirit, whether that's God, the universe, Jesus, Allah, Buddha, nature, whatever that spirituality is for you, that's going to carry you through your day. You're going to be happier. And when you're happier, you're going to be more productive and you're going to attract wonderful things to you. So there's different morning practices you can have. There's meditation, affirmations, writing in journals, whatever ritual you have. Reading is good, reading spiritual literature, listening to a wonderful podcast like this one. Whatever you can do to get your mind right for the day is going to really set you up for success.
Right. Now let's talk the challenge and importance of self-care. We all know how important it is in this dynamic and ever-changing world that we are in. Now, it's easy to get stuck in the monotony of things like unhealthy patterns with respect to sleep, right? Our eating pattern, exercise, or let's say a lack of it. So I'd like to ask you this question. How do we begin to get serious about this?
Well, first of all, I like to say, Omobola, that self-care is not selfish. Especially women, we are taught to put everyone else first, our husbands, our employer, our kids. And by the time we get around to self-care, we don't have any energy. And then we're like, oh, forget it. I'm too tired to go to the gym. I'm too tired to write in a journal. I'm too tired to even take a bubble bath because we are completely drained and depleted. So what I teach women is prioritize your self-care. Our energy level is like a cup. If we pour from an empty cup, when we show up for our kids, our husbands, our friends, and our employer, if we show up exhausted, we're not really going to be able to shine our light and be of service. But if we fill our cup up first with good night's sleep, with proper nutrition, with exercise, with doing our morning practice and feeling spiritually connected, we're going to be able to actually show up and be the beautiful, radiant beings that we are and truly connect and be present with people and not be like wanting to fall asleep or grab another cup of coffee. So self-care is so important. How you make sure you do it is you plan your day around your self-care. I am a huge believer of calendars. You plan your day around your workout. I like to say body before business. Make sure you schedule your workout, because if you don't have your health, what do you really have? If you're hooked up on an IV in a hospital, you can have all the friends and romance and money, but you won't be able to enjoy it. So health is wealth, and we get to prioritize our self-care, our health, our sleep, our nutrition, water. All this is so important. And for all your listeners out there that think they don't have time, you really do have time. You have time to find half an hour a day for exercise. You have time to drink the proper amount of water. You have time to make healthy choices. You really do have time, and it's all about prioritizing your self-care.
Right. Now, Is there anything like a balanced lifestyle? I know that's the very good question to you now. So what I would like you, as an expert in this field, I would like you to share your insight or your advice on what a person needs to do, right, to live their best life and have financial abundance. How possible?
Yes, it is very possible. I know that I don't know if it's the same in where you live in West Africa, but in America, we've been in a recession ever since COVID. Is it the same over there?
We're going
Yes.
through a lot. We're going through a lot over here also in terms of the economy.
Yeah. So it's a really challenging economy right now. So it's more important than ever to have an abundance mindset. So if you have a scarcity mindset, that is based on fear, that is not enough. Oh my God, what am I going to do? There's not enough money, there's not enough food, there's not enough gasoline, there's not enough jobs, there's not enough people that are looking for my talents. Like, what's going to happen to me? I'm going to end up, alone and homeless and broke and starved to get to death. That's where scarcity mindset is. If you have an abundance mindset, that is based on plenty. There's plenty of jobs, there's plenty of money, there's plenty of people who want my talent. There's more. Who cares if gasoline's a little more expensive? I get to fill up my car with gas. I can find ways to make more money. And there is so much to do in the world to make money. That's why I like to teach about finding a six-figure side hustle, because whatever you are passionate about, you can turn that passion to profit. I don't care if it's cooking. I mean, one of the most successful women in the history of business is Mrs. Fields. She was like a little housewife with a great chocolate chip cookie recipe. She turned her passion into an empire. So you can turn your passion to profit, whatever you're excited about talking about, whether it's makeup, hair, health, fitness, whatever it is, sewing. You can find a way to turn that into a side hustle. And I actually have a free masterclass for your listeners that we'll talk about how to find that later. But it's 5 simple shifts to creating a six-figure side hustle. You all have a business in you because you're excited about something. And when you're excited about something and when you're good at something, somebody else is going to get excited about it too. So there's no reason to be broke. If you have 24 hours in a day and you have a way to make extra money through a side hustle, you might not even know what it is yet. I also have a free workbook that we're going to give your clients called Discover Your Purpose. And in that free workbook, you'll be able to find your passion and what you can do to make extra money. So it is a challenging time. And again, it's about mindset. Switching that mindset from scarcity to abundance. There is more than enough. You don't go to the beach and say, oh my God, there's not enough sand on the beach. This person's sitting on the sand over there, so there's less sand for me. You know that there's more than enough sand for everybody on the beach.
Absolutely. Now that's this is pretty exciting and interesting for me, Felicia. Now, so I'd like us to talk about and emphasize this side hustles. People call it side jobs, side gigs, side hustles, whatever. Now, the question is, are they really changing the lives of people and the global economy in general?
What is the question? Sorry, I didn't understand it. The side gig economy?
Yes, you emphasize the side hustles, which is very important for us, especially in these changing times that we are in.
Yeah.
Now, the question is, are they really the side hustles, the side gigs, right, and the side jobs, right? People call this the same, means the same thing. Are they really changing the lives of people and the economy of the world in general? Do you have a personal experience you'd like to share in this regard?
Absolutely. I know so many people that are finding their side gigs, their side hustle, and it's changing their life. For me personally, I have a side hustle where I promote collagen for weight loss and anti-aging. And when I was going wedding dress shopping about a year ago, I had a budget of so much. I'm like, I'm only going to spend this on my wedding dress. Then I see this dress and I fall in love with it. And it's like so beautiful. And I just said, you know what? I made that much money with my side hustle this month, so I'm able to get it. But, that's one story. But as far as other stories, I know people who are making an extra 500 a month. Maybe they're driving Uber, maybe they're doing network marketing, whatever they're doing. Maybe they have an Etsy store or they're selling stuff on Amazon. And that extra 500 a month is making their car payment. Maybe the extra $1,000 a month they're making is paying the rent. Maybe they're just making an extra couple $100 a month for gas or baby diapers. Like, I really believe in multiple income streams. I believe everybody should have 3 to 5 ways to make money at all times. Some can be passive, some can be more active, but you got to have several income streams because that gives you security. If you're having a bad month in one of your jobs and you got 2 or 3 other income streams, then you're going to be okay. And with the side hustle economy, there's so many ways you can make money online that there's no reason not to have multiple income streams. I know Fiverr and Upwork, if you're great at technology, there's so many ways to make money online and actually help people with that in my 5 steps to creating your 6-figure side hustle masterclass. But whatever you're good at, you can make it a side hustle. So if you're listening to this and you only have one income stream, I am strongly urging you to find a couple other income streams. You don't have to put in another 40 hours a week. Some people are only able to put another 5 to 7 hours a week, and you can really make an extra income stream with that money. So my philosophy is don't quit your job because that will put you in survival mode. Keep your job, even if you hate it. Get your side hustles going. And when your side hustles are making more than your job or the same as your job, then you can quit the job you hate. So I don't want my listeners or my clients to go into survival mode where they're putting everything into their own business. That's scary. I'm saying keep the job, and whatever time you have to invest into your side hustle, do that.
Right. Good to know. Now, I want us to quickly run through the side hustlers checklist, right, to cope with uncertainty. So what's top on the list?
Something that you would talk about for free. So if you love talking about health and fitness, find a side hustle that does health and fitness. If you love talking about pets, then it's not going to be a problem for you to start a pet grooming business. If you love cars and you love talking about cars, start a car wash or, trade cars online. Whatever it is that you're passionate about, that's what I teach is you want to turn your passion to profit, because then it doesn't feel like work. If you're around something you love, let's use the dog example. If you love dogs and you would be around them for free, why not get paid to wash the dogs, right? So it's just something that you have in your heart. You all know what you enjoy and what you're passionate about. And that's what you want to start your side hustle around. So a lot of people come up to me and want to get me into crypto trading. Does anybody come up to you? It's really big right now, but I don't want to talk about money for money's sake. Like, that's not exciting to me. I don't want to just talk about money for money's sake. It's like, okay, yeah, you invest and then you make money. For some people, you love talking about money for money's sake. That's great. Then crypto is perfect for you. For me, I'm more passionate about like health and beauty and looking young, which is why one of my side hustles is promoting this anti-aging collagen. So whatever it is that you're passionate about and you love to talk about is what is a clue as to what your side hustle should be.
Right. Thank you once again, Rebecca Whitman, for your insight on the show. Now, your podcast is titled The Balanced, Beautiful, and Abundant Show, which covers the 7 pillars of an abundant life. Now, I'd like you to talk more on that.
Sure. So the theme of the podcast is we're taking women from overwhelmed, exhausted, and burnt out to balanced, beautiful, and abundant. So how do you have a balanced, beautiful, and abundant life, Omobola? You look at your life holistically. Most people just look at money. They say, I'm going to make all this money and just work, 60 to 80 hours a week. Then I'll have enough money to hire a trainer. Then I'll finally make the time to work out. Then I'll look really good. Then I'll attract a mate. Then we'll socialize with other couples. And they have all the pillars of abundance out of order. I have them set up in the order of importance. So as we mentioned, spirituality is number 1. It's very important to have a morning practice and set yourself up for an amazing day. and to feel connected to spirit. So you don't have to do this all on your own. There is a force out there that is benevolent and that loves us and that wants us to do well. The second pillar I also mentioned is fitness. Health is wealth. Prioritize your body, prioritize hydrating, taking supplements, and exercising. I like to call it H&M Omobola for hydration, nutrition, and movement. So that's the second pillar, fitness. The third pillar is emotions. So all emotions are either coming from fear or love. The fear-based emotions are jealousy. We talked about scarcity, resentment, bitterness, apathy, depression, cynicism. The emotions that come from love are appreciation, happiness, bliss, joy, companionship, collaboration. All those come from love. They're abundance thinking. So we want to switch your mind from the fear channel to the love channel. The next pillar is romance. So romance is so important. A lot of people do not have their emotional serenity, and they find a romantic partner who also does not have their emotional serenity. And it's like a train wreck. I've been in many relationships like that. So it's so important to get your emotional center, and then you'll attract the spouse that you want, or not the spouse, just the partner that you want. And that is really important, because who you're aligned with romantically really affects your life and affects your vibration. The next pillar of abundance is mental or mindset. We're in the golden age of self-improvement. There's wonderful podcasts like this podcast that I'm so excited to be on. There's my podcast. There's a million YouTube videos. There's Audible. There's so many ways to improve yourself out there for free or very little money. And that's working on your mindset. So we should be working on our mindset every day. I encourage people to be listening to podcasts like this and the nooks and crannies of their life, while they're showering or getting ready for work, or while they're doing household chores or driving. It's kind of funny. I'm doing this podcast in my car, right? So there's always time for self-improvement and to work on your mindset. The next pillar is social. So your vibe attracts your tribe. So are you around people who believe in you, who support you, who are cheering you on? Or are you around people who are saying, oh, that's never going to happen, you're dreaming too big, it's never going to work? It's really important to have a group around you that believes in you and supports you and that loves you and that has actually done your goal. It's important to have a mentor, which is why I call myself a success mentor. Find someone who has what you want, and if you do what they did, you can get what they got. And it's important to have a tribe of people that are mentoring you and that are supporting you. And finally, the seventh pillar is financial. So we all think of abundance as financial, but you can have abundance in all these other areas: abundance of friends, abundance of health, abundance of romance. So financial abundance, it is important, because money is not valuable just for money's sake. It's like paper and metal. If you look at it like objectively, money gives you freedom, because we need money to get what we want in the world for freedom. Money gives us the ability to do what we want, when we want, where we want, with who we want. If we don't have it, our whole life becomes about getting it. And then we don't have any freedom to enjoy life. Our whole life is about survival and about getting money. So money is important because it gives you freedom. And when you have all of the other 6 pillars of abundance in alignment, it's going to be a lot easier to attract money. People are going to want to be your customer, or they're going to want to do business with you. They're going to want to buy your product, good, or service, or they're going to want to employ you because you're going to be a happy, healthy, productive person. So the 7th pillar of abundance is financial abundance.
Awesome. Thank you for that brilliant explanation, Rebecca Whitman. Do you like to share any projects you have on the pipeline or in the pipeline with my audience?
Yes, absolutely. I have a wonderful training for women. It's called Elegant Warrior Training. And in the training, it's a 7-week training. Each week, we do a deep dive into the pillar of abundance, and we'll give you tips, tools, and strategies to get that level, to get that pillar of abundance to a level 10. And I've had so many breakthroughs, people getting out of a 20-year depression, or releasing 20 pounds of weight, or finding their dream job or their soulmate. So it's an amazing training, and we do have a wait list for that. So if you're interested, please email me or find me online to get on the wait list for that. And I know that we'll be sharing my contact information in the show notes, but it's an incredible training.
Awesome. Wish you best of luck in that.
Thank you.
Rebecca, do you have any parting word or parting line you'd like to share?
Yes, I would say the goal of life is to be joyful. Why do we want the mansion, the car, the relationship, the dream vacation? It's because we want to be happy. So I tell my clients, don't put all your happiness into the future. I call that over thereism. Find your happiness in the day. Just keep your mind in the day. What can you find joyful today? Maybe it's having a hot cup of coffee or tea. Maybe it's having a great conversation with an old friend. Maybe it's organizing your closet. Maybe it's just petting your dog or your cat. Maybe it's just walking around the block and looking at the beauty of nature. Find the simple joys in the day, because that's all we have is the day. The past is gone. We're not promised tomorrow. Find the joy in the day. That would be my parting words for your listeners.
Absolutely. Such an encouraging word you have here, Felicia. Do you have any other information you'd like to pass across? And we
It's
also
Rebecca.
like to
It's Rebecca, not Felicia. Rebecca.
Oh, Felicia. Oh,
Rebecca.
apologies once again, Rebecca. So do you have any other information you'd like to pass across to the audience?
Yes, I would love to stay in touch with you guys. I have a lot of free content to support you on Instagram at Rebecca E. Whitman. I'm also on Twitter at Rebecca E. Whitman, Clubhouse at Rebecca E. Whitman. I have a great website where I have a free quiz to see where you're in and out of balance in your life. It's RebeccaElizabethWhitman.com. And then we are going to share my link tree. On my link tree, if you're interested in getting the collagen, you can get $10 off, and you can get the free masterclass, the 5 simple steps to creating a 6-figure side hustle. And you can also get my Find Your Life Purpose workbook. So there's lots of ways to keep in touch with me. I'm here for you. I want to support you in any way I can. You can always send me a DM and ask me a question. And it was just so lovely to connect with you today, Omobola.
Thank you once again. Really had a worthwhile time with you, Rebecca Whitman, on today's show. I wish you best of luck once again in all your future endeavors.
Thank you so much for having me on your show. It was great to connect with you. And one day I want to visit you in West Africa. That would be a dream.
Thank you once again. That's the beauty of technology, isn't it?
It's beautiful. I love it. Such a pleasure to connect with you and your lovely audience.
Thank you once again, Rebecca. Right, if you'd like to catch up any missed episodes of Live Well Lived by Omobola Stephen, you can catch up on any cross-promotion platforms you bump into. Perhaps you'd like to be a guest on the show. You can connect with me via my mailbox on omobolasteven@outlook.com, or you can get to know much about me and what I'm up to. Get to my website, www.omobolasteven.online. Now, I'll be looking forward to your mail and getting in touch. Till I come your way, I need to be good with all my help. I talk to you soon.